James.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Good, thanks. What kind of, if any, changes do you plan to make this week to practice to factor in the fact that you're playing a Penn State game?
Yeah, very similar to what we did last week. So, we had a lighter Sunday. Sundays are typically light anyway. The focus was more on meeting time and walkthroughs with the vets, the travel squad guys. Non-travel, we did a scrimmage. I'm actually even, me and Chris have been having some discussions about maybe opening one of those to you guys to allow you guys to come to the non-travel scrimmage and watch the young guys go out there and play. We're looking at doing something like that. Chris will be in touch with you. And then Monday's a normal off day, and then Tuesday we'll go, instead of full pads like we did earlier in the year, last week and this week, we'll just go helmets and shoulder pads, so we'll still get some banging in there, but not a lot. The Wednesdays are normally helmets and shoulder pads. We'll take them all off and just go helmets, and do more jog throughs and full speed skellies and things like that. Last week, I thought we could have did a better job of taking the running off. So, I thought we limited the banging, but we still had probably a little too much running. So cut the running back a little bit, with the skill players this week. And then Thursday will be a normal Thursday for us. Helmets, shoulder pads, we will bang a little bit on Thursday, but it'll be quick whistle. We won't be on the field very long. So, we'll cut back a little bit more this week again, and find a way to go into this game physically prepared, and mentally prepared as well. And I think that's important, that at this point in the season that we look at doing some of those things.
Frank Bodani, York Daily Record.
Mike?
Hello. Hi.
Hey, Mike.
How you doing?
Good, man. You?
I'm great. Thank you. Northwestern has a redshirt freshman quarterback. He is a dual threat guy. How similar is he, and what are the kind of compare and contrast him to the dual threat guys that you faced recently?
He's big and strong and athletic. He's a redshirt freshman, so he's still gaining experience. They did a little bit of the zone read stuff early on in the season. They went away from that. Most of his big runs are really just from scrambles off of drop back pass, and he's made some really big plays there. We anticipate and are preparing all week long that they're going to run the zone read and all the quarterback stuff. So that's what we'll be working on all week long for these guys. We think that's what they're going to do against us based on, they've shown some of that, and then based on them studying our film. So we'll be working on that heavily this week. Well, actually, in practice, we're going to do a period where our second offense with Trace and Tommy will run those plays against our first defense in practice to make sure that they're getting the speed that is hard to get from the scout team. And then on top of that, we'll call our offensive plays, so they're not reading a card. They'll run those plays that we have in our system to allow those guys to get that look in practice. I think that would be really helpful. But he's a big, strong guy. We were aware of him through the recruiting process, which always kind of helps you kind of get a perspective on guys you're facing. But we're gonna have to be ready. They're a very, very good football team. He's won a bunch of big games already this year, and obviously we're going to play them on their home turf. So it should be exciting.
Donnie Collins, Scranton Times-Tribune.
Donnie?
Your passing game is starting to
Hi, Donnie.
dry a little bit. Hey, James, how are you?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm real good. I'd say your passing game is starting to hit its stride a little bit, but statistically speaking, Northwestern's pass defense has been really quite strong all season. From what you've seen on film, is this one of the better pass defenses you've seen? And if so, what are they doing so well?
Yeah, I don't think it's one specific thing. I think they're good on defense because they're very probably similar to our defense. They don't give up a whole lot of big plays. They're not out of position very often. I read Coach Fitz's quotes and watched his press conference. He talked about how we're taking a lot of shots and making big plays down the field. That's kind of what they do really well, is not give those types of plays up. So that's going to be a challenge. Defensive line, they're able to get pressure on the quarterback. And the back end, they keep everything in front and they tackle extremely well. open field tackling, they do a great job. So they'll give you the hitch. You throw the hitch. You think you're going to get 8-9 yards, after the run after the catch, and you get 6 yards because they tackle well. You get a ball in the perimeter and safety runs the alley and makes a real good tackle. So they do a good job. Their defensive coordinator's been doing it for a long time. I got a lot of respect for him, though a bunch of guys on the staff as well. But they're very similar to us in a lot of ways in terms of how they approach defensive football.
Bob Cohen, Pittsburgh Tribune Review.